totally shocked and surprised me and Teddy. I had no idea who was going to show up. I didn't think there'd be anybody in the audience.
They sang of heartbreak, freedom, and faith, painting pictures of perfect country souls. But behind the lights and sweet melodies, some legends carried secrets, struggles, and surprising truths. Fame showed one side, life revealed another. These are the 20 country legends who turned out to be nothing like we ever imagined. Number 20, Glen Campbell. Glen Campbell had a voice that could touch anyone's heart. He sang popular songs like Wichita Lineman, Rhinestone Cowboy, and Galveston with a mix of country and pop sounds. People from all backgrounds loved him for his music and charming personality on TV. Despite his fame, Glen struggled with addiction in the late 1970s, causing his once perfect voice to falter. His tumultuous relationship with Tanya Tucker also tarnished his reputation. Number 19, George Jones. George Jones was not only a singer, but also considered the heart and essence of country music. The sadness in his voice felt genuine, profound, and lasting. It seemed like he had experienced every heartbreak, loss, and lonely night when he sang. His song, He Stopped Loving Her Today, was a timeless masterpiece, capable of moving even the most stoic individuals. His music was emotive, truthful, and filled with the raw pain that comes from real-life experiences. Throughout his life, George remained true to his love for honky-tonk music. Fans appreciated not only his songs, but also his tumultuous relationship with Tammy Wynette, which reflected the sadness he sang about. His career spanned many years, filled with both triumphs and difficulties. Each time he performed, it was like George Jones was bearing his soul rather than just singing. However, even though he had a strong voice, he was struggling with his own personal turmoil. His struggles with substance abuse led to a chaotic life. He frequently skipped performances, leaving his fans disappointed and curious, leading to him being called No-Show Jones. Despite his erratic behavior, his wild antics contributed to his iconic status. One particular anecdote stood out: the time he resorted to driving a lawnmower to a liquor store because his wife had hidden the car keys. This incident may seem unbelievable, but it actually happened. The bizarre sight of a country music star cruising down the street on a lawnmower exemplified the tragicomic nature of his life. Number 18, David Allan Coe. David Allan Coe became famous for being one of the most unconventional personalities in country music. His voice was harsh, his lyrics cutting, and he had a tough attitude. He embraced being seen as an outsider who couldn't be tamed by Nashville. Through popular songs like The Ride and You Never Even Called Me By My Name, he became known as the rebel of country music. Fans appreciated his fearless approach and his rejection of conformity. Coe didn't just sing about being a rebel, he embodied it in his daily life. However, despite his powerful voice and brave persona, there was a hidden side that many people couldn't overlook. During the 1980s, Coe put out 2 secret albums that surprised even the toughest critics in the music industry. Unlike his well-known tunes, these records contained extremely offensive and aggressive lyrics. They were only available for purchase through mail orders and never gained widespread popularity. Nevertheless, word of their content managed to tarnish his reputation permanently. When it became known what the lyrics of those songs were about, there was a strong negative response. Radio stations stopped playing his songs, critics criticized him, and even his fellow outlaw country musicians distanced themselves from him. Fans who used to appreciate his honesty were disappointed to see the extreme nature of his songs. Coe claimed the songs were meant to be humorous, but no one found them funny. The harm had already been done. He never truly said sorry. Instead, he kept up his rebellious persona as a shield, not giving in. Some people thought his stubbornness preserved his legacy. Number 17, Ferlin Husky. Ferlin Husky was a unique artist who was able to excel in various genres of music and put his own stamp on each one. His gentle voice could seamlessly transition from gospel to honky-tonk to early pop. Songs like Gone in Wings of a Dove showcased his versatility in country music. His charisma and talent made him a beloved figure on TV and radio. People admired him for more than just his music. They also appreciated the stories he shared about his experiences in World War II. He frequently talked about the risky situations he faced in battle and the courageous moments that showed he was more than just a singer. His fans viewed him as a brave soldier who came back from the war to share his musical talents with the world. These stories elevated him to the status of a larger-than-life hero who had confronted death and returned to express his emotions through music. As time went on, the real story about Husky began to come out. It turns out that although he did serve in the war, his job was not as intense as he claimed. He was actually part of the Merchant Marine, which was important, but not in the middle of the action like he had led people to believe. The stories of his bravery and heroism that motivated many turned out to be made up, created gradually over time until they became a part of how people saw him. Number 16, Stonewall Jackson. Stonewall Jackson was a true country singer through and through, from his style to his soul. He sang with a smooth voice and a sincere manner that resonated with listeners. His popular songs like Waterloo and Don't Be Angry earned him a spot on the country music charts and a respected place at the Grand Ole Opry. Known for wearing a cowboy hat and exuding a calm and dignified presence, he embodied the values he sang about: honesty, simplicity, and strength. Fans saw him as a symbol of a time when music was genuine and heartfelt, reflecting both truth and heartache in every song. Despite his strong image, one of his best songs had a story that would later impact his career. Waterloo, the song that made him famous, was not entirely his own creation, according to rumors. There were discussions that the lyrics originally belonged to a close friend of Jackson's who shared them with him before passing away. After the friend's death, Jackson made some tweaks to the song, recorded it, and presented it as his own work. Initially, the story appeared to be a traditional country legend that was not backed up by evidence. However, the family of the deceased songwriter later presented notebooks, old demo tapes, and letters that closely matched the song. This evidence made it impossible to deny the truth. Legal steps were taken, and the reality of the situation became known. Number 15, Jeannie C. Riley. Jeannie C. Riley quickly became famous after her song Harper Valley PTA became a hit. The song's strong message about a woman confronting small-town hypocrisy resonated with many. Jeannie's unique fashion sense and bold personality made her stand out as a symbol of a modern country woman, someone who is confident, outspoken, and unafraid to challenge traditional norms. People admired her lively personality. Her laughter, confidence, and captivating presence on stage made her stand out. She appeared to be capable of conquering anything. However, beneath the glamorous exterior and sparkling rhinestones, Jeannie was struggling silently. The fame that brought her into the spotlight also caused her pain. The constant demand to maintain perfection, the draining tours, and the isolation that comes with being famous started to affect her. As she became more famous, rumors started circulating about her. There were talks about her having breakdowns and feeling sad, but not many believed it. To everyone else, Jeannie seemed like a successful, confident, and determined woman. However, deep down, she was going through inner turmoil that was hidden from the world. In her memoir, she finally spoke out and exposed the reality. While she was at the peak of her fame, she was actually battling with depression, anxiety, and thoughts that she couldn't confide in anyone. Number 14, Lefty Frizzell. Lefty Frizzell transformed the genre of country music by singing each word in a heartfelt and tender way. During the 1950s, his music influenced the peak era of honky-tonk music. Songs like If You've Got the Money, I've Got the Time, and Always Late, With Your Kisses, became classic hits that fans adored. People were drawn to the emotion in his voice as he would extend certain syllables to convey feelings of love and sorrow. He didn't just perform songs about heartbreak, he appeared to be immersed in those emotions. His songs expressed feelings of desire, missed opportunities, and love that left a lasting impact. Each musical note contained a raw honesty that captivated listeners. His pain felt genuine, almost like he was revealing his innermost thoughts without fully disclosing the details. Even his biggest fans were unaware of the secret hidden behind his lyrics. For a long time, there were rumors about him having a child before getting married when he was starting his career. Lefty never talked about it and kept his personal life secret. After he passed away, letters, old documents, and a DNA test proved it to be true. He had been supporting his daughter from a distance without publicly acknowledging her. The man who sang about love and heartbreak had been carrying a private sadness that he didn't want to reveal to others. When fans learned the truth, they started listening to his music in a new way. The emotions in his songs, like the shaky notes and deep sighs, hinted at untold stories of guilt and hidden love. His voice wasn't just singing, it was revealing his innermost thoughts. Despite his friendly demeanor and relaxed way of speaking, he he carried a burden of secrets he could never share through his music. Number 13, Jim Reeves. Jim Reeves was not just a singer, he was also seen as the representation of the gentle side of country music. He was known for bringing a sense of calm and elegance to a genre that often showcased roughness. With his smooth, deep voice and charming personality, he earned the nickname Gentleman Jim. Songs like He'll Have to Go and Welcome to My World had a soothing feel that made people feel secure and cozy. He was the singer people sought out when they wanted solace, and his music had a global appeal that touched hearts internationally. In contrast to other popular stars during his era who were wild and rebellious, Jim Reeves was different. He didn't seek attention through creating noise or scandals. Instead, his appeal stemmed from his sophistication, articulate way of speaking, and calm self-assurance. Each time he sang, it sounded natural, and every lyric appeared genuine. Fans loved him for his poise, while critics admired how effortlessly he made music sound mystical. But despite appearing relaxed, destiny had other intentions. In 1964, Jim Reeves tragically passed away in a plane crash near Nashville. He was flying in stormy weather, even though he was advised to not take off. The weather conditions were bad with thick clouds and poor visibility. However, he decided to continue on his journey, wanting to stick to his plans. Unfortunately, this choice led to the fatal crash that claimed his life and that of his business associate. The world was shocked when the peaceful and wise singer made a fatal error. His soothing songs now seemed tinged with sadness, as if he was warning listeners. Jim Reeves' music continues to be heard, serving as a reminder that even the most serene person can face challenges. Number 12, Spade Cooley. Spade Cooley used to be a popular Western swing musician. During the 1940s and 1950s, his music captivated audiences and got people dancing with joy. Hits like Shame on You and Detour were favorites that made people happy. He had a unique energy and style that combined country charm with Hollywood glamour. Spade's suave appearance and cheerful demeanor made him seem like the epitome of success. Fans loved him and saw him as a charismatic entertainer who always brought laughter and great music wherever he performed. Behind the positive image, something negative was developing. Outside of the spotlight, Spade's life was consumed by envy and anger. The man known for his gentle fiddle playing was actually concealing a turbulent inner turmoil. In 1961, this turmoil erupted in a horrific manner. In a shocking act of cruelty, Spade tragically executed his wife, Ella May, in front of their teenage daughter. This news devastated all fans of his music. The once cheerful figure had become a symbol of terror. Throughout his trial, additional distressing realities were revealed. Tales of aggression, rage, and terror portrayed an individual who had been battling inner demons long before the incident occurred. The charisma that had previously captivated audiences was now viewed as a facade. His presence swiftly disappeared from both radio airwaves and television screens. The fame, which was once his cause of pride, transformed into a burden. Spade Cooley passed away in jail due to a heart attack without ever being able to recover from the damage he caused to his life. His music is now barely remembered from the past. This serves as a sobering example of how quickly success can lead to downfall. Number 11, Skeeter Davis. Skeeter Davis was more than just a country singer. She was a gentle voice that conveyed warmth, sadness, and beauty simultaneously. In the early 1960s, she was a standout in a world where few women were given the chance to shine on their own. Her song, The End of the World, became a timeless classic, reaching listeners who appreciated pop and gospel music. Her soothing and heartfelt vocals touched the hearts of many, extending beyond just the country music genre. Known for her grace, tranquility, and charm, she was seen as a symbol of comfort and purity by her fans. They admired her for singing from the heart and living a life of quiet faith. Skeeter Davis had a calm demeanor, but she also had a hidden courage that not many people recognized. In the early 1970s, she became involved in the Jesus movement, and her faith became her beacon. She started speaking openly about her beliefs in truth, love, and fairness in the music industry, which was known for ignoring corruption and hypocrisy. Although her words were genuine, they caused conflict with those who preferred to stay quiet rather than speak the truth. Her blunt way of speaking did not fit well with the traditional rules of the Grand Ole Opry and the conservative groups that used to admire her. In 1973, something unexpected occurred. She was removed from the Opry. This came as a shock to her fans. The woman who used to sing about heartbreak was now experiencing it firsthand. Despite being allowed back later on, things were not as they used to be. The music industry, which had previously supported her, now kept her at arm's length. Skeeter Davis sang about the apocalypse and went through her own personal destruction. Despite this, her voice remained soft and gentle. Her journey serves as a subtle example of how honesty can profoundly impact someone's life, even if that life is centered around music. Number 10, Patsy Cline. Patsy Cline is remembered as one of the most distinct voices in country music. Her songs had a gentle quality that could move even the toughest person. Hits like Crazy, I Fall to Pieces, and She's Got You transformed pain into something beautiful, resonating with millions who could feel her emotions in every lyric. Her voice was soothing, yet strong, refined, yet authentic, conveying a melancholy that seemed to come from a deep place within her. She appeared to the public as the epitome of grace, a devoted wife, a caring mother, and a singer who poured her heartbreak into every song as if she had personally experienced each word. However, there was a secret that she kept quietly behind her beautiful voice. For years, there were rumors that Patsy had developed strong feelings for her manager, Bill Peer, despite being married to Charlie Dick. Although her team denied the rumors, it was believed that her connection with Bill was more than just professional. Their closeness grew over time, hidden from the public but noticeable to those close to her. After her death, private letters were discovered that confirmed the truth about her romantic feelings towards Bill. Those who were closest to her admitted that her love for Bill was genuine, intense, and painful. The affair deeply affected her emotionally. She felt guilty, sad, and yearned for something she poured into her music. Her songs were more than just lyrics, they were a reflection of her emotions. When she sang, it was not an act, but a true expression of her life. Instead of damaging her reputation, her honesty made her more relatable. Through her songs, people could see a woman who loved intensely, suffered in silence, and sang with courage. Patsy Cline's story shows that even famous people experience pain, and sometimes that pain inspires beautiful music. Number 9, Hank Snow. Hank Snow was known for traveling extensively in the world of country music. With his strong voice and emotional songs, he portrayed the idea of the open road and long journeys. Songs like I've Been Everywhere and I'm Moving On became popular for those who dreamed of freedom. His music embodied movement, hope, courage, and new beginnings. Fans saw him as a hard-working man who lived honestly and sang from the heart. On stage, Hank Snow was a respected figure at the Grand Ole Opry, exuding professionalism and tradition. He seemed in control, following the rules and honoring the roots of country music. His calm demeanor and friendly smile gave the impression of a steady and kind individual. Despite his public image, it was revealed after his death by his son, Reverend Jimmy Snow, that their home life was troubled. Jimmy described a household filled with fear and pain, devoid of love and full of anger and control. What appeared peaceful from the outside was actually a place of sorrow and silence. The loving father and mentor persona faded as stories of cruelty and coldness emerged. Friends and bandmates confirmed Jimmy's account, and the truth came to light. Fans who once saw Hank Snow as a symbol of truth were left saddened. The man who sang about freedom was revealed to have created his own version of confinement. While his music remains iconic, the man behind the songs serves as a reminder that even the brightest stars can have dark shadows lurking within. Number 8, Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash was different from other country music artists. He always wore black and had a deep, haunting voice that seemed to come from pain and faith. He represented the voice of those who were misunderstood. Every song he sang told a story of struggle, forgiveness, and redemption. His songs weren't just tunes. They gave a glimpse into the lives of outlaws, wanderers, and forgotten souls in America. When Johnny sang songs like Folsom Prison Blues or Ring of Fire, people could feel the emotion in his voice. He had a way of turning difficult experiences into something beautiful. His music was real and sincere, never overly polished. That's why people believed in him. When he sang about loneliness, it was like he had lived through that pain himself. He didn't fake understanding, he genuinely felt it. On January 13, 1968, Johnny Cash performed at Folsom State Prison in California. The atmosphere was tense and hopeful as prisoners cheered, guards watched, and his guitar filled the room. He wasn't just singing to them, he was singing for them. It was his decision to perform there, not a publicity stunt. He wanted to give a moment of respect to those who were forgotten by society. Number 7. Kitty Wells. Kitty Wells entered the world of country music during a time when women were rarely able to share their true thoughts. With her soft voice and brave spirit, she released a song that had a significant impact. In 1952, her hit song, "It Wasn't God Who Made Honky Tonk Angels," caused a stir in the industry. It wasn't just a song. It carried a powerful message defending women who were unfairly blamed for men's mistakes, and it did so with elegance, strength, and honesty. The song became a strong advocate for women who had been silenced for too long. For the first time, a female solo artist reached the top of the country music charts, breaking a barrier that many thought was impossible. Listeners could sense the bravery in Kitty's voice. It wasn't angry, it was calm and resolute. Yet it represented the struggles of countless women who wanted to be heard. However, her success was met with significant opposition. Radio stations across the country refused to play her song, claiming it went against traditional values. Even the prestigious Grand Ole Opry rejected her. Some of her fans who once admired her felt uneasy, struggling to accept that a woman could challenge men so openly. Nonetheless, Kitty stayed true to her music. Number 6. Loretta Lynn. Loretta Lynn grew up in Butcher Hollow, Kentucky, and her music spoke to the experiences of everyday women. Her songs were about their challenges, dreams, and resilience in a world that often overlooked them. Her lyrics told authentic stories that resonated with women everywhere, connecting with them on a deep level. Loretta breathed life into the voices of those who had been ignored for too long. With hits like Coal Miner's Daughter, Don't Come Home A-Drinkin', and You Ain't Woman Enough, she brought attention to the struggles of wives and mothers. Loretta fearlessly addressed topics that others were hesitant to discuss openly. Her songs delved into themes of hard work, love, heartbreak, and pride. Amidst a male-dominated music industry, she stood out by singing the unadulterated truth that many related to, but few vocalized. In 1975, she made a bold move by releasing The Pill, a song that celebrated women's autonomy over their bodies and futures. This track was courageous, frank, and way ahead of its time. The response was polarizing, with numerous radio stations refusing to play it, deeming it too controversial for country music. Critics attacked her, and her place in Nashville's music scene was questioned. However, Loretta remained steadfast. She understood the importance of her song and what it represented. Number 5. Hank Williams. Hank Williams was a central figure in country music, influencing it to become what it is today. His songs resonated with themes of sadness, truth, and human suffering. People connected with his music because they felt like he was telling their own stories. Hits such as Your Cheatin' Heart and Cold Heart gave a voice to emotions that many kept hidden. His voice, though filled with sorrow, was beautiful in its authenticity. However, behind his powerful music was a man grappling with overwhelming battles. Hank struggled with severe back pain from a spinal condition that never fully healed. This pain led him to drink and rely on medication that only worsened his downward spiral. Despite his charm and talent, fame couldn't shield him from his personal struggles. While his songs soared on the charts, his personal life crumbled. He started missing performances, losing focus, and pushing away those who cared for him. Number 4. Tammy Wynette. Tammy Wynette was not just a country singer, she was the heart and soul of every song she performed. Her voice conveyed both beauty and sadness, strength and pain. When she sang Stand By Your Man, it wasn't just a tune. It was a powerful message that resonated with women everywhere. She became a symbol of love, resilience, and quiet bravery, weathering storms that many never knew about. Despite the glamour and fame, Tammy's life was incredibly challenging. She faced struggles that few could comprehend. Her gentle voice, filled with emotion, was the result of years of hardship. She battled numerous health issues that plagued her throughout her career. Hospitals became a familiar place, and pain was a constant companion. She was hospitalized over 30 times, undergoing countless surgeries that took a toll on her strength but never dampened her spirit. Over time, the pain became harder to mask. In order to keep performing, Tammy turned to medications that were meant to help her, but they gradually began to take over her life. Those close to her noticed her growing dependency, as the pills she relied on became like chains she couldn't break free from. Despite this, she continued to sing night after night, her voice reflecting the real-life struggles she endured. Number 3. Patsy Cline. Patsy Cline had a voice that was both gentle and powerful, filled with emotion. She sang songs like Crazy, I Fall to Pieces, and She's Got You that touched people's hearts. Unfortunately, she passed away in a plane crash at the young age of 30 in 1963, leaving behind a legacy in country music. Despite her happy image, there were rumors of a romantic relationship between Patsy and her manager, Bill Peer, that caused tension in her marriage to Charlie Dick. Patsy kept the pain to herself and channeled her emotions into her music. Number 2, Johnny Horton. Johnny Horton had a distinctive voice that captured the spirit of adventure. His songs like The Battle of New Orleans and North to Alaska made him known as America's storyteller of the wild. His music mixed bravery, humor, and history, drawing listeners into the tales he sang. He stood out by combining honky-tonk toughness with the charm of old stories, making each of his performances lively with energy and pride. Fans believed he was destined for greatness, with music that would stand the test of time. However, beneath his cheerful exterior, Johnny faced an unsettling feeling as his fame grew. He confided in those close to him that he often had dreams about an untimely death, haunted by an unexplainable darkness. This worry plagued him, making him anxious about traveling at night due to the dangers he felt lurking in the darkness. Despite his fears, in 1960, after a powerful performance, Johnny made a fateful decision to travel at night, going against his own warnings. Unfortunately, this led to a tragic crash that claimed his life prematurely. While some saw it as a sad accident, for those aware of his fears, it seemed like a chilling prophecy fulfilled. Number 1, Spade Cooley. Spade Cooley was once a shining star in the world of country music, known for his energetic Western swing tunes that got people dancing and forgetting their problems. He had a polished style and Hollywood charm that made him more than just a musician, but an entertainer as well. Despite his success in films and television, there was a dark side to him that was hidden from the public eye. In 1961, Cooley's true nature was exposed when he was arrested for executing his wife in a brutal way in front of their daughter. The man who was once adored by fans was revealed to be a violent and cruel individual during his trial. His conviction led to a life sentence in prison, and his reputation in the country music industry was tarnished forever.